again, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about the story of Ricky, and this is one of my What the Hell Is This series. Now, what the hell is this? I know it sounds like I'm just going to do like mega bombs or something, like what the hell was that? I'm not. What the hell is this actually about? Because I started off with Doolittle, which was a mega bomb, but I've already got another series called Beautiful Disasters, which deals with a lot of films that bombed but had a lot of good qualities. What the hell is this? It could be an acclaimed film, or it could be a notorious bomb, but it's really about films that are just strange, you know. I'm going to do two films soon that have been a lot of acclaim for them, and they've won awards and stuff, and they have real oddities to them, that I really want to talk about because it's ignored usually. I mean, there's different films have different elements to them that are worth talking about that makes you think, well, what the hell was that about? That's what the series is. So there's going to be some bombs, there's also going to be some interesting middle ground films and some films that are acclaimed that have a lot of problems. So I'm trying to make this series have some range beyond just disaster films. So the story of Ricky is one of those films that is just strange all round. It's a kung fu movie, it's a prison movie, it's a gore fest, all combined into one weird film. It's meant to be a sci-fi movie, but the sci-fi just extends to the scene it's set in the near future, where the prison system is corrupt and privatised. So that just allows them to have more extreme villains as the prison warden, and it allows them to have the wardens wear some weird sci-fi suits that look really cheap. Because I saw it in Blu-ray, well, I've seen it before in like simple DVD, but I watched this version in Blu-ray, and it's been upscaled because I was watching a 4K player to a 4K TV, so the upscaled and the colours look really bright, and the costumes look really fake, and all the prison looks too shiny because it's obviously not a prison, or it's been a renovated place or something. It just doesn't feel like a prison at all. Or it's shot like Steve feels like it's shot somewhere else for the prison. I don't know how they did it, but it just looks fake. But that's what's perfect about the film. It's just so cheesy. And the film takes this guy sent to prison because he killed the guy who caused his girlfriend to commit suicide. So he just brutally murders a guy, and he's called Ricky, and he's a martial arts expert. He's a genius at it. He can do anything with his body. He can punch holes in people. He's that good. So, and he's like 20, 21, and he looks like a model, and the guy who plays him can't act to save his life, which makes it even perfect. He's not even that good a fighter. He's okay, he's not good. But it doesn't matter because he looks pretty and he punches people's heads off. And that's what you want. And it's really about the people he's fighting each and every time. Because every 5 minutes there's a new villain introduced from to defeat. There's no suspense about the outcome. It's like there's variations of how he does this. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it's very quick how he defeats the villain. But there's like, in the prison there's 4 wings. There's a north, east, south and west wing. They're all corrupt, they're all led by a boss who then reports to the warden. And within each wing there's sort of sub-bosses who also report to the main boss. And then basically the bosses of the 4 wings are all, just over the top characters. You have one who's very feigned, camp and obviously gay, meant to be very feminised, and it's obviously going to offend some people now, but this was the late 80s, early 90s where they didn't care about offending anybody, and it was just like a joke for them. Even now it looks like, oh, this is not aged well at all. This is just this character's so bitchy that it's funny as hell, but because how tasteless it is. You have a big British guy who can beat anyone up. You have a guy with all these throwing rope things with blades on the end of them. And you've got a guy with a lot of tattoos, and the idea with him is if he takes off his shirt and he sees tattoos, you're dead. So those are the 4 guys Ricky has to defeat. There's some sub-bosses he has to beat up as well. And there's a warden and the assistant warden. So there's a whole layer. It's kind of like a video game logic where you've beaten all these sort of mini bosses. then beating the bigger boss, he's then finally beating the main boss. That's the logic of the whole thing. So it starts out, he's in the North Wing, and he has to, some guy who's almost up for parole, ends up getting his parole revoked, and he's getting beaten up, and his face is ripped up and stuff. So Ricky defends him and gets in trouble with these sort of local gangsters in the prison. The guy who's up for parole ends up killing himself, you know, because his parole's denied, his face is ripped to hell, he just gives up. Ricky feels bad and just takes out the guy who caused him all the problems in brutal fashion, like punches through, you know. The guy gets this brute to attack Ricky in the shower. Ricky punches through the guy's gut, then destroys the sub-boss, which means the main boss has to deal with Ricky. He's told by the assistant warden, deal with this guy, put him in his place or kill him. No, we can't have this. So eventually the North Wing boss goes up against Ricky and Ricky destroys him. Ricky kind of just utterly destroys him. Not before the guy rips out his own intestine and tries to choke Ricky with his intestines. That's a scene in this film. There are other scenes where people's bottom half of their faces are punched off. People get their part of the head cut off and it rolls away. All with really bad effects that are all wonderful to see because there's all red blood, really red blood, and it's so tacky but so wonderful. It's like no one just dies in this film. People die in a horrible way. You'll get the assistant warden's this fat guy with a hook for a hand. He's got one eye, and from that eye he keeps his mint collection so he can have snacks. He eats all the time. His shells are made up of porno movies, you know, because of course. And he's just gratuitously violent to all the prisoners, you know. But so he tells the North Wing guy, "You beat Ricky," but Ricky kills him. Then rips off the skin, the tattoo skin of the guy, and sends that in the body to the rest of the leaders of the different wings, so they know to leave him alone. Which they end up seeing this tattoo on the wall, like hammer to the wall of the tattoo. It's just hilarious. So at this point the other wings have to deal with Ricky. Right, and their way of dealing with Ricky is to just strut a lot and tell them they're going to get him. So Ricky of course finds out that they're growing opium in the prison because it's a private prison, so of course they are. Ricky finds out where the opium is after they've killed off one of Ricky's friends who's a sensitive mute guy, and skinned the guy alive just to tell Ricky to back off. Yet the guy's left there and he's skinned alive in this horrible effect. So Ricky burns all the opium. He just burns it all. And he basically goes against, starts fighting them all. Because it leads to a fight with the big guy, where it ends up with the big guy getting the lower half of his jaw punched off. Because of course, his legs destroyed and have him squashed to death in this prison where the roof can come down and squash the prisoners. It's such a cartoon, this film. At this point the warden has come back, and the warden is this psychopath with this son who's fat and spoiled, and you know, even before that you've had people with Ricky's had glass thrown in his eyes. He's had his arm cut and he has to tie his tendons together by hand. You know, there's all sorts of weird stuff going on here. As the film goes on, it gets more and more extreme. It ends up with a riot where the assistant warden gets his hand cut off, his other eye ripped out, and he just basically gets brutalised, and, you know, it's not a pretty sight. The warden minces guys just because they give him lip. You know, the warden's horrible. I mean, Ricky at one point is buried under the ground with just one pipe to breathe through, and they end up filling the pipe with dog meat because some guy kicks the dog in half and puts his intestines down the tube. That happens, right? It's just an insane film. It's just nuts. And then the end gets even crazier when he finally fights the warden. The warden suddenly grows into this massive monster. So he has to fight the warden while fighting the other two main villains. The other two look leaders of the different wings, which is an amazing ending. It's just so over the top. The whole film's over the top. Within that, you also get flashbacks to Ricky's past, where you see him getting trained, you see his love of his life, and you see the love of his life dying. And one of the most hilarious suicide scenes ever, where she jumps off the building. For any of them, just jumps off the building and just lands flat. She's dead. It's so funny. You're meant to find this sad. It's funny. It's just funny. The whole film's like that. The whole film has no sense of restraint. The whole film is basically about how over the top we make this moment, because we don't have a story. We've just got a bunch of fight scenes, and we don't actually have many big fight scenes. We've just got a lot of gore, so the fight scenes have to be jokes. It's like this came after Evil Dead 2, and I feel they've watched a lot of the gore films coming from America, like Evil Dead 2 and the Freddy Nightmare films, and thought, we're going in that direction with this. We're doing a kung fu gore fest. And it's just wonderful, but it's completely over the top. I mean, not a minute passes without something stupid happening, something offensively dumb happening. But that's what you're waiting for. You're just waiting for the next bit of stupidity, the next bit of weirdness. And the whole film is, what the hell is that? What am I watching? I've seen this film quite a few times since I bought it. It's one of those films that you see a lot on YouTube, because if you see a really outrageous moment on YouTube, it's probably from the story of Ricky, because it's so excessive throughout the film that there's no like stop moment. Usually if there's a flashback, it means they've actually gone so far into the excess of gore that they have to calm it down for a bit, so they get a flashback every so often just to calm the film down so you can focus a bit more on what's going on. But it's just wonderful, and they save the best for last, because after they've killed everybody, Ricky then punches a hole in the prison wall, this massive hole, and it just collapses and all the prisoners escape. And yeah, actually, it's sort of a low budget film. You see he punches it, you can see the wires pulling the thing back to bring the wall down. But it's hilarious, but it doesn't matter because it's so perfect. It's such a perfect ending to the film, just punching a hole in the wall and the wall just going boom. And he walks out of the prison. Just so excessive. It's just like, it didn't do well, so there wasn't sequels. I really wish there were, because more of these films would have been great, because this is just insane. This is such a weird film, even from Asia. I mean, Asian films have been weird in the past. I mean, they don't have any respect for, you know, good taste, especially in the 80s and 90s. This is the era of John Woo having lots of pigeons and massacres, you know. But this one is just so far much further than that. This one is just insane. It's just nuts. Yeah, I think the big problem it's got is they don't have a good leading man, and they don't have really great fights. They've just got mediocre fights with excessive gore. The gore's the thing that makes it. The gore where people getting their eyes plucked out, people getting their faces punched off, people, Ricky's punching through people and he's going through the whole midsection. It's just insane. I mean, anybody who seems nice will die horribly in this film. Anybody who seems decent dies horribly. Anybody who seems excessively evil will die horribly. Anybody who's not Ricky dies horribly. I mean, they shoot prisoners for giving the guy a lip, for giving the warden a lip, or supporting Ricky. They'll just shoot them brutally. You know, it's wonderful. It's just wonderful. If you're looking for something to watch during the lockdown, you want something excessive, watch the story of Ricky. You can probably buy it quite easily on Amazon. Just get it. It's so good. Just so good. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll be back soon with another one. Right, bye for now.